flows right into where I'm working, and it makes me mighty mad, as the last man who did it will attest to.
You did it.
Have a nice trip. I don't mind working while I talk. In fact, I like to talk.
All right, yes.
Well, my grandfather, Michael McMarty, used to tell us that he supervised the digging of this here village. Wow. He was one to stretch the blanket a bit, if you know what I mean. You do know what I mean, don't you? You know what I mean by stretching the blanket. What do I mean? I thought as much. Well, my father used to say it was full of blarney. Is that how he does it? Told tall tales. But truth being true, he did help to dig this here great canal on the state of New York, which is what he used to call it.
Yeah, it
He
wasn't
used to tell us wonderful tales. We'd be on board my father's cargo boat in our boat late at night. He used to say that the Irish contributed to the building of this here canal by working as construction helpers and diggers and stonemasons. And along with their other fine attributes, to have a good sense of humor.
That's true.
It's true. Are you Irish?
My name is Kathleen McGarry.
Oh, well then you know that it's true.
Sure.
Now, when they were building this here canal down in the areas where they'd be working, they'd put up shacks. And the canal workers that live in the shacks. Now, the people that were locals didn't like the canal workers. Didn't get along with the fighting Irish. One time, this story was circulating around about how the Irish would get drunk and beat their wives. Well, the Irish found out about it. They got mighty mad. So what they did is they planned a party come Sunday for the townsfolk. Because you see, on Sunday, all the townsfolk come down to see how the canal was progressing. Well, on this particular Sunday, whenever the Irish thought they had a big enough crowd, all of a sudden, out from the shacks came these women screaming at the top of their lungs, being pursued by their husbands with clubs in their hands. And the children put up a great uproar too. Well, the women, they ran through the crowds, and after they thought their act had lasted long enough, they went back in their shacks, laughed their full heads off. Another time. You know the stretch between Tonawanda and Lockport? You know, but you know that stretch. Well, whenever they were digging that stretch of the canal, Irish decided to give the sidewalk supervisors something to remember. Well, they had the path for the canal all marked out with these here red stakes. And the Irish took a keg of beer, and they placed it on the path. And then a few more feet down, they placed another keg of beer. And a few feet down further, they placed another keg of beer. Then they went back and they started to dig as fast as they could. And they got to the first keg of beer, and they drained that keg of beer down. And then they dug a little faster till they got to the next keg of beer, drained that keg of beer down too. And so on, and so on, and so on. Well, there was this here writer there, and he said it was the fastest digging and drinking that the old Erie Canal had ever seen. It's true.
I believe it.
Oh, you know that the Irish were credited with getting rid of the snakes a long path just like St. Patrick did in Ireland? Story goes like this. Do you know this one?
I don't think so.
I'll tell you. There was this packet boat captain, and his name was Joe. Well, he was going down the canal, and he had a boatload of
Yeah, it seems like by now they could have some kind of hydraulic system.
They did put the hydraulic on the water.
And then,
I think it's John.
oh yeah, yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's John. That's the sheriff's fault.
He's the governor.
I know, it's coming around right now. I think I'm coming right along here. Yeah, the stage is going to be right about where you are.
Welcome to the Wedding in the Waters tour. I'm Jesse Holly. This is Governor Clinton.
We're doing a reenactment of the Wedding in the Waters of 1825, but before we begin our program, I understand you have a program here, so why don't we get on with your program first, and when that's over with, we'll talk a little bit about what we're doing here with this barge.
Okay, Senator.
What's the community?
And it's now we are getting the tourism back into Medina. This is something that we all hope to see continue. At this point, I have a key that I would like to present to the village of Mark. I would like to present this to you, and I would like to wish you all good luck in your journey, and I'd like to see you come back to the village of Medina anytime.
Absolutely. We've written on the Capitol Bulletins before.
At this time, I'd like to introduce our senator, who represents us very well, I might add, Senator John Haley. Thank you, Scott. John Malicki. John here. Here we go.
is a source of tourism and something that New York State can be proud of for the years to come. We're hitting a little rough water here.
Is that a sign of New York State?
This boat that we are on today, the Urger, is the oldest tugboat in the New York State system. It was built in 1901. While we were coming down the Hudson River, I was thinking about it a little bit, and when the Erie Canal was opened in 1825, a man 90 years old when this boat was built would have been 10 years old when the canal was opened, and he would have remembered that celebration. And so therefore, we have a link with history with the Urger. 1991, as I said before, is a new age for the Erie Canal, an opportunity for New Yorkers to see a bright and wonderful future for the Erie, where people not only from New York, and New Yorkers who absolutely deserve it, but also from other parts of the country and other parts of the world will be able to come here and visit the Erie Canal in New York State. Today, we find it a tremendous pleasure to be here at South Sea Harbor, and I'm sorry about my voice, and thank you very much.
Historic figure associated with the founding of this important waterway.
Thank you. I'd like to say a few things about the trip. It's just been a wonderful experience traveling across the Erie Canal and down the Hudson River. Along the way, we have acquired keys from cities, as you can see on this map displayed down here. We've also acquired flags which are flying mightily above Wall Street Seaport Harbor. And it's from small communities and large communities this trip has been made possible. I'd like to recognize some of the people along the way. Christopher Kenzie, who was age 10, did this painting in Medina, New York. It was these kind of things that made this trip important. The kids along the way who gave us artwork and essays and what the Erie Canal meant to them. We were greeted across. First of all, in Western New York, we were given apples and squash and pumpkins. This is symbolize why the Erie Canal was important. In the old days, in the 1800s, the Erie Canal was used as a method for bringing the produce from the upstate New York down to New York City, where it could be used in restaurants and shipped out to the world. And in turn, New Yorkers built goods which were sent up to upstate New York and onto the Great Lakes. The Erie Canal was made possible for people to settle in the Great Lakes and in the heartland of the United States, in cities like Chicago and Detroit.
Oh, the big pink one? Big pink one is for eagles.
There was a green one had a fence around it and flowers on it. And it said welcome. What is like what is the green one?
The greenhouse?
Yeah, the green one.
What are talking about?
Talking about
I don't know who built it. It's a nice
not
house.
who built it. What?
I think probably it's going to be used by a house wren. That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah, that's why they
A house wren is a little bird that builds its nest out of sticks. It's a little brown bird about this big. They build their nest out of sticks. And that's probably also what's going to nest. Tree swallows are also. Remember? No, you knock on the house. Okay? Right, and what happens when you knock on the house if the bird's in there?
It flies out.
Right, and so you don't stand in front of the house, okay? And you don't, it's not that it's going to hit you, but you're going to scare the bird that's inside. If you come up and just knock on the house and the bird flies out and you check to see if there's anything inside, you're not going to hurt anything. Okay? But you don't want to open it up and scare the bird. It's not bad with the houses that open from the side like this, because they're going to come out the front. But the ones that open from the front, like the ones we use, okay, it scares the bird inside the nest and she gets all upset and she really doesn't know where to go. It'd be kind of like you opening your front door and finding a 45-foot giant standing there. Okay? You probably wouldn't know which direction to go, okay? Okay, how high off the ground? What do you think?
No. Yeah. No.
We're going to keep it about this high right here. Bluebird houses are usually 3 to 5 feet from the ground, and we're keeping them about 4.5 feet off the ground. If we go any higher up here, we'll get different kinds of birds. House wrens and house sparrows like to live when they get way up here at the top. So, okay?
How are you going to catch them?
Well, we're going to work on that right now.
See that pool belt over there?
We're going to toenail them up here.
Knock, knock, knock.
No, we're not putting the house up this way.
Well,
That's why they should have put an extension.
Ciao.
We get the wrong plans.
Watch it.
That's what you said. Yeah, it's not gonna work.
Back up to the post.
Well, no, I mean, when we just hit. We have one already.
How did you get back?
3 miles an hour, they go down. All birds,
They hope they don't mess.
see, different birds have different size, okay? If you go much bigger than this is more like the size of what a house wren is going to use, which is fine. That's exactly. See, if a house wren decided he was going to use this house to build in, what he would do is fill this house up with sticks and then put sticks out. They'd actually stick out through the hole. So he would make the hole smaller because that's what he wants, and that keeps other birds from getting into where his nest is.
Like the starlings and the blue jays that rock the feeder when they land out?
Right. That's what would nest in this. If we made this hole any bigger, you start getting starlings in there. Starlings are real mean to bluebirds and other different kinds of birds. They'll actually go in and throw them out of the house and try to take over the house. Okay. Okay, we took the perch off from your little house. Okay, we're not tearing your houses apart. What we're doing, for a bluebird, when you put this on a post, how a bluebird feeds their babies on. When a bluebird feeds their babies, what they do is they land on the front of the house, okay, and then they reach inside and the little ones come up next to the hole and they feed them that way. So they have to have a place in here to be able to land and put their feet on the edge of the hole, okay, and be able to feed the little ones. Now house wren, when they feed theirs, they actually go right inside the house and feed the little ones and then come flying back out. Okay? When a bird lands, they usually land, they won't fly right into the house. Okay? They usually land on the top or on a tree branch close by, and they fly over kind of near the house and then stop in the hole. You don't just fly in. The only bird that really flies in real fast is a wood duck. Okay? They make great big houses, okay, that wood ducks nest in, just like this. Okay, it looks just like big bird houses. And wood ducks actually fly right into the hole. They don't even slow down. And what we found is when they go into the hole, they open up their wings a little bit and it gets the outside of the hole, and that's what slows them down from crashing into the back of the house. Okay? Yeah?
What's on the side of it? Why is there like...
Okay, that's so you can open it up to clean it out. Okay? Well, because with most houses, now house wrens are not like that. House wrens will come back and build a nest as long as there's sticks in the house. Bluebirds will come back only if there's no nest in here at all. So every spring we go out and we clean out all the bluebird houses. Okay, we take all the old nests out and they'll come and build new nests inside. If you wait for bluebirds and the bluebirds build a nest and then they leave, okay, when all the babies leave the nest and you clean it out again, the parent bluebirds will come back and build another nest and have more babies that same year. Okay? Where house wrens will build right in the same nest all the time. Yeah.
My friend, her mother, she makes bird houses for. She builds all.
There's all different kinds. There's actually a lot of birds. The birds that we're are called cavity nesting birds. They normally use woodpecker holes that the woodpeckers only use 1 year and then they abandon them. And next year something else has to live there. Okay? So they're called a cavity nester. Why is there not very many bluebirds around anymore? Does anyone know?
No, because
No, they really don't get killed. That's not the big problem. The problem is, yeah. Well, a lot of people are making birdhouses, but right, there's no place left for them to live. And that's because if you find old dead trees and things, what's happening to all the old dead trees and things? They're falling down, or they're cutting them up for firewood, or this type of thing, which is fine. That's what's going to happen. But the idea is if you start doing that, you start having less places for the birds to build their houses, to build their homes. So by putting up these bluebird houses and all different kinds of bird houses, what you're able to do is to bring birds so they have a place to live. Yeah.
And also, birds give us something
That's right. A lot of the birds that we're going to get here along this water probably are not going to be bluebirds either. They're going to be called tree swallows. Tree swallows are the little birds that fly all around the top of the water and eat all the mosquitoes and things. And that bird is about this big.
I got him.
He's a king.
Yeah, this will be in my slide presentation too.
Do's and don'ts?
No, of course, this is the farthest extent I've seen anyone pick up a bird. Now, how are we supposed to get the house to you? You figured that out yet?
No, where?
Well, no problem.
I'd like it out here.
You know, as far as that, we can tie one end of this onto the birdhouse, give the other end of the wire. You can pull that up. Anyway, you hang on to it. Now, let's see if we can gracefully.
Success!
You know, when I speak to the North American Bluebird Society,
Yeah. Well, we've got the cutters down there if you want them.
I'll read this second.
Get the wire if you want 'em.
oh, here.
He's getting farther.
I'm not going way out there.
Why not, Bo?
That's fine, right there.
I was thinking maybe.
Guys, I suggested that.
I don't know.
Okay, what you gotta do is, that's it. Behind one of the limbs and stop. Back down. Got it.
Aren't you? Yeah, that's fine.
Short?
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, let's see what I think this is.
I like this house. A little picket.
Well, let's see who's going to take this fence from the area.
That's right, it'll be the only bluebird house left. They'll steal everything else.
They won't be able to get to that one. You know, I was getting on the boat and I was right behind him, didn't recognize him. I had a hat on and wait a minute. When I was getting on the boat, you had a woman with you, and you had your arm around her, and you were whispering in her ear, this woman right here.
I don't remember.
You don't think. This is one of Mrs. Cash Dollar's cooks from Mrs. Cash Dollar's Cooks Academy for Bachelor. I wager she doesn't do much cooking.
Then you forget.
Well, Pete, you're not that old to be forgetting. You should leave the likes of her and go back to your wife, or you might wake up some morning with your head bashed in and your...
Kids.
What was that?
Well, 16. It's a lot.
Well, whose problem is that? I'm telling you, you should leave the likes of her and go back to your wife, or you might wake up some morning with your head bashed in and your pockets turned out. You gonna take my advice, Pete?
Probably true, yes. Yeah, oh, yeah.
You should.
Till I forget.
You know, if you didn't wear your hat so tight, you wouldn't have trouble with that. Forget it. Now, my name is Sam McMahon, and I'm the cook on this here boat, so what I say goes. No picking your teeth with my knives because it dulls the blade. No spitting on the floorboards.
Yes, ma'am.
No cleaning your fingernails nor your toenails with my forks. And no going to the bathroom off the top of the boat. If the wind blows just right, it blows right into where I'm working, makes me mighty mad, as the last man who did it will attest to. Have a nice trip. Come down here and sit.
You have to picture yourself out on a hot day, maybe 10 degrees hotter than it is now out along the towpath with all that manure and all those flies. Here we go. And it was tramp, 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 and tighten your lines, and watch those playful flies as o'er the mules they climb. Well, roll back, get up, forget it, and never shall. When I drove a team of spavined mules on the Erie Canal. So that's all there is to the chorus. Let's see if we can get a few people singing along. We don't know that many canal songs, so this is one of your few chances. And it was tramp, 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 and tighten in your lines, and watch the playful flies as o'er the mules they climb. Well, whoa, back, get up, forget it, and never shall. When I drove a team of spavined mules on the Erie Canal. You'll get it. We go through it a few times. Well, I've traveled all around this world, and Tonawanda too was cast on desert islands and beaten black and blue. I've fought and bled at Bull's Run and wandered since a boy, but I'll never forget the trip I took from Buffalo to Troy. Here we go. And it was tramp, 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 and tighten in your lines, and watch those playful flies as o'er the mules they climb. Well, whoa, back, get up, forget it, I never shall. When I drove a team of spavined mules on the Erie Canal. All right, I see some mouths moving. Good. Well, the cook we had on board the deck stood 6 feet in her socks. Her hand was like an elephant's ear, and her breath would open the locks. A maid of 60 summers was she who slept upon the floor, and when at night she'd get to sleep, oh, suffering how she'd snore. For it was tramp, 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 and tighten in your lines, and watch the playful flies as o'er the mules they climb. Well, whoa, back, get up, forget it, I never shall. When I drove a team of spavined mules on the Erie Canal. Well, one night on the Erie, I couldn't sleep a wink. The crew was all poured down on me 'cause I refused to drink. Fearful storms and heavy fogs, forget it, I never shall. But I'm every inch a sailor there on the Erie Canal. For it was tramp, 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 and tighten in your lines, and watch the playful flies as o'er the mules they climb. Well, whoa, back, get up, forget it, I never shall. When I drove a team of spavined mules on the Erie Canal. When we arrived in Buffalo, Sally, Jack, and Hank, we greased ourselves in tallow fat and slid right off the plank. Now Sally's in the poorhouse and the rest of the crew's in jail, and I'm the only devil afloat who's left to tell the tale. And it was tramp, 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 and tighten in your lines, and watch those playful flies as o'er the mules they climb. Well, whoa, back, get up, forget it, I never shall. When I drove a team of spavined mules on the Erie Canal. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Good to see people singing out there. Idle dance, and this is a song that I think you could dance.
You don't have
well.
to do this if you don't want to.
And anyone that cares to join them, this is actually.
We gotta have someone come up and join.
Anybody, this is your chance.
We'll do that one. Okay. This is very singable. What you can do if you're too shy to dance, at least you can help us sing the chorus. This is a song I wrote about maybe 3-4 years ago. It's called "I Will Be Glad for Knowing You." It's the chorus. When the day is finally done and our work is finally through, the moon and the stars begin their drift across the sky, I will be glad for knowing you. That's all there is to the chorus, so see if you can join on this. The sun eases down over 2 lanes westbound, hot tires whirling down the valley as we rumble along, ending our day hard and long. It's good to have a friend here with me when the day is finally done. When the day is finally done and our work is finally through, and our work is finally through, the moon and stars, the moon and the stars begin their drift across the sky, I will be glad for knowing you. The moon's getting bright as the sun dips from sight. Quiet laughs and nods as the miles roll away. Oh, that work leaves you tired, but the heart's still inspired. You hope you've helped a bit since the break of day. Here we go. When the day is finally done and our work is finally through, and our work is finally through, the moon and stars begin their drift across the sky, I will be glad for knowing you. Drop you off at your home, once again I'm back alone. Moon's halfway down, pump the gas and turn the key as this old engine cranks, just a little twinge of thanks. Through the night, you're still with me. Last chance. When the day is finally done and our work is finally through, the moon and stars begin their drift across the sky, I will be glad for knowing you. Maybe we could do that chorus one last time, everybody together for this too. And congratulations. When the day is finally done and our work is finally through, the moon and stars begin their drift across the sky, I will be glad for knowing you. It was an honor.
Happy honeymoon.
All right, well, we don't know if this song has been done yet. Since we're the first musicians.
Will you be loving another man? Will you be loving another man? When I return, will you be waiting? Or will you be loving another man? from my side, from my side. Run, buddy, don't you roll so slow. Buddy, how can it roll? The wheels won't go. Going down the mountain, just see my honey. Lord, I ain't coming back. I ain't coming back. Run, buddy, don't you roll so slow. Buddy, hop in the road. The wheels won't go. Kill me, ain't gonna kill me. Come on, buddy, don't you roll so slow. Buddy, how can I roll? The wheels won't go. Rings like silver, shines like gold. Rings like silver, shines like gold. Run on, buddy, don't you roll so slow. Buddy, how can I roll? The wheels won't go. When I die, Lord, won't you make my tombstone out of number 9 coal, number 9 coal. Come on, buddy, don't you roll so slow. Buddy, how can I roll when the wheels won't go? Run, buddy, don't you roll so slow. Buddy, how can I roll when the wheels won't go?
Hello. We are pleased at this time. We are pleased at this time to bring back for the third time a local resident of Red Creek, Esperanza Farms, Dan Duggan on Hammer Dulcimer.
Thanks, Mark. It's nice to be home. I'm not home a lot these days, and I was just out in California, Arizona, New Mexico, and Maine. And it's nice to be someplace where the ground doesn't move. This moves a little bit, though, so it kind of reminds you of that a little bit. One of the first times I played here, it was very sunny, and they didn't have this little enclosure. And they opened the locks up, and I was concentrating on what I was playing, and all of a sudden I started looking down, and the whole floor was moving. And it was that feeling that you get right before you're going to black out. But luckily I wasn't blacking out, it was just that we were on a moving stage. So it's great to be back, and I'll start off with a couple original pieces and then some French Canadians, and then we'll get going from there.
Okay, and now we have for you the Quebec Duel, not formerly known as Pub House, to entertain you. Here they are.
Bear with our waves here. We're gonna start out with.
Oh, look at this. Come on, let's I know you got.
We're gonna get seasick before we're done. We're gonna do some Mountain Dew.
Sweet smelling blue. She was surprised when she had it analyzed. It was good old Mountain Dew. They call it that good old Mountain Dew. Oh, the Mary Dew love you. They go round the bend, but they're coming back again for that good old Mountain Dew. Preacher came by, had a tear in his eye, said that his wife had the flu. Told him he ought to give her a card of that good old Mountain Dew. Yeehaw! They call it that good old Mountain Dew. Oh, Mary Dew, love you. They go round the bend, but they're coming back again for that good old Mountain Dew. One more time. They call it that good old Mountain Dew. Well, the Mary Dew, love you. They go round the bend, but they're coming back again for that good old Mountain Dew.
Motorcyclists that have come through here have done a good job of digging holes and causing mud puddles. And it makes it very difficult for children and families to walk along, especially when they have sneakers on. Even dogs are scared of the mud puddles. want to mow on the canal here? It's sumac and some daisies.
Knapweed is the purple one.
What's the purple one called?
Knapweed.
Knapweed.
And slates. This one.
Yep, there you go.
Cut me faster.
I show you I saw them. Here's some of these I found. They're so
Look at the beautiful foliage. There he is. There he is. How's it look from the water? I bet it is. And the colors look pretty brilliant across the way. Okay. Head west there for a while, Dan.